All's will that ends will. Characters. Jessica, distraught wife to William, age 30 to 50. William, Jessica's husband, similar age to Jessica. Dr. Davis, female medical doctor, age 30 to 50. Dr. Davis is sitting behind a desk with a laptop and a couple of trays of papers. Jessica and William are sitting on the other side of the desk.
This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man.
See what I mean?
Very strange. I'll be honest with you. I've never come across anything quite like it. Are all the quotes from Hamlet?
I don't think so. I'm not that familiar with Shakespeare, but I've recognized a few lines from Romeo and Juliet that he has said. I studied them in high school.
And he says nothing else?
No, even in his sleep. The other night he sat up screaming, a horse, my kingdom for a horse." The thing is, he's allergic to horses.
Presume not that I am the thing I was.
Henry IV. That's rather clever.
What is?
The way he used a quote relevant to what you just said.
No, it's not clever. It's insane.
Though this be madness, yet there is method in it.
He's done it again.
Well, I'm glad you're impressed. Quite frankly, he's driving me up the wall.
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Very good, William.
Don't encourage him. We've come here so that you can help us.
Sorry, I just love Shakespeare. Sorry. Okay, so tell me, when did all this begin?
It's only been unbearable recently, but I suppose it all started about a year ago when Christine, my mother-in-law, lent us Macbeth on DVD.
The 2015 Justin Kurzel adaptation?
I don't know. The one with Michael Fassbender in.
Yeah, that's it. What a fantastic film.
I thought it was depressing. Depressing and boring.
Boring? It has to be one of my favorite movies of all time.
I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man.
Well, I'm glad you two are enjoying yourself.
Hey, have you seen Othello? The one with Lawrence Fishburne and Kenneth Branagh?
No, Macbeth was the first and last Shakespeare film I will ever watch.
You have to see it. You won't be able to fault the innocence and integrity of Irene Jacobs' performance as Desdemona. And Kenneth Branagh's Iago, evil personified.
Had all his hairs been lives, my great revenge had stomach for them all.
Alas, he is betrayed, and I undone.
Excuse me. Can we get back to why we're here?
Yes, of course.
Once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more.
Sorry, Jessica. It's just so fascinating. Right. Let me get a bit more background. Now, you said that your mother-in-law lent you the film. Is she a fan of the Bard?
Yes. Christine's always loved Shakespeare. In fact, that's why she named William William.
I see. And William's recent devotion...
Obsession.
His profound interest only became a problem for you when exactly?
A few weeks ago. Yes, over the past year, he's been taking on increasingly unhealthy interest in the works of Shakespeare, and occasionally he would come out with a line or two from one of the plays, but recently he has said nothing but Shakespeare quotes.
A few weeks ago, you say? That would take us to the middle of last month.
Yes.
Last month being March.
That's right. It started one morning as soon as he woke up.
Could it have been the 15th?
Possibly.
Do you remember what he said?
Not exactly. Some sort of...
Warning?
Yes.
Beware the Ides of March.
That was it.
I thought so.
So, what are the Ides and why should we be wary of them?
But for my own part, it was Greek to me.
Yeah, it's Greek to me, too.
Beware the Ides of March is the line from Shakespeare's tragedy Julius Caesar.
This was the noblest Roman of them all.
It was said by a soothsayer to Caesar, warning him of his assassination.
So these Ides were going to kill Caesar? But were they like goblins, evil spirits?
No, no, no. The word just refers to the middle part of the month. Using the Roman calendar, the Ides of March is simply the 15th.
So why not just say the 15th? This is what I hate about Shakespeare.
It's not very poetic, though, is it? What says thou to me? Speak once again. Be careful on the 15th of March. Watch yourself, all right?
Did Julius Caesar end up being killed in this play?
Yes, and in real life. He was stabbed to death on the Ides of March, 44 BC.
Et tu, Brute.
I bet he didn't know what Ides meant either.
Of course he did. Julius Caesar was a political and military genius.
This was the noblest Roman of them all.
Yeah, so you keep saying. Anyway, this is not getting us any closer to working out what's wrong with William.
Defer no time, delays have dangerous ends.
He really is good at this, isn't he?
Please, Dr. Davis.
All right. So the way I see it, William must have realized what the date was as soon as he woke up that morning. And it triggered this whole intriguing Shakespearean episode. Has he been particularly stressed recently? Suffered any psychological trauma?
Not really. There was an incident in Aldi just before all this started, but I don't think that could have been the trigger.
What happened in Aldi?
He was accused of not paying for a carrier bag, which he insisted he'd brought from home. It escalated, and in the end, he was escorted from the supermarket by a couple of security guards. I was waiting in the car, and I heard William yelling some Shakespearean nonsense at the two men. Very embarrassing.
A plague on both your houses! A plague on both your houses!
Yeah, that was it. He'd only popped in to get some milk and an inflatable canoe.
Of course.
I was wondering if William could have suffered some sort of weird stroke. I seem to remember hearing about how a stroke can occasionally cause a person's accent to change. Could it be something like that?
You're right. There is a very rare condition called foreign accent syndrome. I was reading in one of the medical journals recently about a man in northeastern China who woke up one morning with a strong Alabama accent. His poor wife thought he'd turned into Forrest Gump. The thing is, he'd lived in a remote fishing village all his life, and he didn't even own a TV. He had been on a shrimp boat, though.
So, could William have had a stroke?
Let me do a few tests.
Dr. Davis picks up a pin torch and shines it into William's eyes.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright.
Are you flirting with Dr. Davis?
Please, call me Rachel.
Dr. Davis holds up the pin torch in front of William.
Follow this, William.
Dr. Davis moves the pin torch from side to side, and William follows it with his eyes.
Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand?
Well, I can't find anything wrong. You seem like a perfectly healthy individual.
What about a blood test or something?
By the pricking of my thumbs?
I don't care where they take it from.
Something wicked this way comes.
I think I have all the information I need.
What are you talking about? All you've done is shown a light into his eyes. What about an MRI or a CT scan or something?
A brain scan? To investigate what? This behavior isn't a disease, Jessica. It's a blessing.
Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have...
Oh, shut up. A blessing? You're as crazy as him.
There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so.
Absolutely brilliant. You are so fortunate to be living with a man like William.
Right. That's it. I'm off.
What do you mean?
I've had enough. If you think he's so brilliant, you can have him. That it should come to this.
Hey, that's a line from Hamlet.
Shove it up your arse. Is that Shakespeare too?
No, I don't think so. Awkward. Still, I honestly believe she's making a huge mistake. I think you're amazing, William. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It's not very professional.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate.
Wow. You know the sonnets as well?
I would not wish any companion in the world but you.
Do you really mean that?
Doubt thou the stars are fire? Doubt that the sun doth move? Doubt truth to be a liar? But never doubt that I love.
You are really turning me on right now. I want to ask you something, William, but I feel guilty. After all, you're a married man.
Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt.
You're right. What the hell? Do you want to come back to my place?
Can one desire too much of a good thing?
I'll take that as a yes.
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
Dr. Davis closes her laptop and gathers her things.
Jessica wasn't too happy, was she? Still, I can't say I blame her.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
What did you just say?
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned?
That's not Shakespeare.
Yes, it is. Isn't it?
No, it bloody well isn't. It's William Congreve from his play The Morning Bride.
Oh.
Get out!
Oh, come on, Rachel. It was just one mistake.
Rachel, it's Dr. Davis to you.
What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell...
Do you think I am easier to be played on than a pipe? No. You've had your chance. Shakespeare was right. All that glitters isn't gold.
It's glisters, not glitters. People always get that one wrong.
At least it's Shakespeare.
With resignation, William slowly exits.
Oh, well. 'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all.
And that's Tennyson. Idiot.
The end.